Where should I keep my horse? All you need to know before you purchase a horse, you will need to have a plan for where you can keep it. Unfortunately, you usually can't keep a horse in your backyard. Horses require large amount of space and specific resources. You should take a time to research your option of where you can keep your horse before you start to look for your equine friend. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos on horse care and much more. What you should know about keeping a horse your own property. One option is that you can keep your horse on your own property. Before you get too excited, you should know that you will need adequate space, fencing, and shelter. 2 acres of land can sustain. What you should know about keeping a horse on your own property. One option is that you can keep your horse on your own property. Before you get too excited, you should know that you will need adequate space, fencing, and shelter. 2 acres of land can sustain one horse. A horse will also need a companion animal, whether it's animal, horse, or a livestock animal. You will need to factor the other animal into the ensure that you have enough land and grazing area. You will also need adequate fencing to keep your horse in a pasture. The best type of fencing for horse is a four-board fencing. Other wood fencing is a strong and can withstand a horse leaning and pushing against it. It also doesn't pose the hazards that barbed wire fencing does. Lastly, your land will need shelter for your horse. Whether it's a simple run-in or well-built barn, your horse will need a place they can escape bad weather or heat. Building a shelter on your property can be a big expense, so it's important to research other options. If you don't have adequate space to keep your horse on your own property, you can always keep your horse at a boarding stable. A boarding stable is a firm that you can pay to keep your horse on the land and their facilities. Often at times, boarding stable will even see to the daily care of your horses like feeding and turning them out. Most boarding stables are usually give two options for people who want to keep their horses there. One option is a full care board where your horse will have a pasture and stall. The barn staff will see to all of the needs of your horses. Another popular option is the pasture care board. This is where the barn staff will see to the daily needs of your horses, but the horse will live in the pasture 24 by 7. Finding a good boarding stable is essential to your horse's care and your peace of mind. There are a list of most essential aspects of your horses, providing adequate sustenance of your horse through grass, grain, and supplements, providing your horse with fresh water, and understanding the implication of dehydration. Researching living arrangement for your horses, whether it's on property or on a boarding stable. Arranging a best living situation for your horses that cater to the horse needs. Ensuring that your horse is getting adequate exercise and training through riding, training, and interaction. Keeping a track of scheduling routine horse care processes like hoof trimming, teeth floating, deworming, and vaccination. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos on how to horses, breeds, and much more in horse care. Check out this playlist of our top 10 videos.